And welcome back to our next portion of our playthrough, our Guild Quest Saga. We're about ready to do the Berzerkers quest. And now, if you spoke to Talon before, like I did, he tells you that in the east of the mountain path, whenever the path goes south, follow it, and it will lead you to an abandoned mine that is where the Berzerker tribe is actually taking shelter. They were actually seeking to destroy a evil mountain lord called Kratos. It was made out of steel. And something happened. He had augmented powers, and there was a white, square-eyed being behind him fueling his rage. And he made the cavern collapse on them on front and back, and now they're stuck. And this is their encampment. I'm going to go back out here so you guys can see on the full map how I went. Because it is just as Talon said, if you continue taking the path east, and whenever it goes south, just follow it and run straight into it. And you'll see a lit campfire, and then you can be able to enter the mine there. Now, if you speak with the Berzerkers, they will give you the job of Kratos, telling you that's a nasty monstrosity, and we should be able to go get him. So we will go ahead and follow the mine back and take him out. Now, some of you keen-eyed observers might have said, well, his guild quest didn't pop up. Yeah, that's my bad. This is the second take of this video. The first one I actually didn't have my volume on, so I didn't feel like redubbing it, so I just went ahead and opted to reshoot. Everything's going to be the exact same, it's just we don't have that quest pop up. And he's going to be in the western portion here, and this is going to start to go up. This cave is pretty small. There's only like two little forked paths, and then you go straight into him. It's not like you can get lost or not find him. There he is. Now, he is a tough fight, and one of the reasons why we opted in the playthrough videos right now to do this later, he actually just got buffed up a little bit in previous encounters. Volker actually patched him to make him just a little bit more difficult. Same way with the Riled fight, if you've already experienced that. We'll get to that in just a moment. Now, he is strong against lightning, has good armor. Now, he's weak on evasion, weak on cold, fire, and magic. So we should be able to do decent damage to him. Let's go ahead and move over to our hotspot, which we should be leveling up a little bit more. And we'll put that on magic. Now, we're going to take advantage of that evasion weakness for him, because we have two melee fighters. We have our ex-ranger, who's now a warrior, and our knight. And then we're going to be casting fire and magic at him. Now, as always, you should be cautious. Some fights are not always auto-fightable. And I do run this a little bit like this, but actually that'll pull this off. Looks like our knight actually needs a little buff here. And we're going to throw. He is using lightning, so let's go ahead and put resist lightning on him, and then continue to throw. Now, the higher you get on the resistance skills, the longer they will last, and the more that they resist. But as long as we have our heals going out, we should be able to get him down a little bit more. It is a fairly simple fight. It's just that he is really tough, has a high amount of armor and a pretty good resistance. And he hits pretty hard. Now our tank's armor is over 200, and we're just kind of going toe-to-toe with them. Now if you're not able to completely tank this, the best way to do it is to run him around with a fast character. Then just use your casters to throw the elemental spells on him. And we got a Tome of Lightning Ball, so that is actually a new skill for us. A decent amount of experience. We did gain a level on that. Looks like everybody but our priest gained a little bit of a skill improvement. Now, some of you guys might have just walked away, but this is the first time that we've had a body just lay there for us, and of course, we noticed something. Now you find Kratos' chest cracked open, an odd-shaped blue object hides inside it. It feels powerful and magical, and you pick it up. This is not an ordinary object. You need to discover more about it in order to be able to use it. Now this is a very powerful item. It has its own little quest associated with it. This is Kratos' heart. And once we get back to camp, our berserkers would tell us a little bit more about it. We can find that doorway. Like I said, with that fight, again, if you're not strong enough to stand toe-to-toe with him, or don't have two melee fighters to take advantage of his evasion weakness, by all means, hit and move. If it's not your fighter, have a rogue or anybody who's fast enough that can take a couple of hits and moving around, so you're throwing more spells at him. Now if we go ahead and talk to Wharton here, we can get our class change. Now we don't have a barbarian in our team, so we can't change anybody, but we still get that 3,000 gold and the 3,600 experience. That is always lovely. And it looks like it leveled just about everybody up except for our priest. But if you talk to Wharton's about Kratos' hearts, now we show him the artifact and he is impressed. Now it is a unique piece. You find some wise folks or archmages to tell us about it. And so basically, if we just go around and we talk to people about Kratos' heart, they'll give us, whatever they know about it. But there are a couple of people that we need to talk to precisely to figure that out. Now, with this quest, we do get to be able to shop with Double Decker, who has some nice big hammers and axes for us. A couple of really nice big swords. That one actually looks pretty decent. 39 to 290, a little bit better. Speed increase is always nice. It doesn't have poison, but it gives us a huge bonus to undead. That is by all means tempting. Let's see what else he has. Just a couple of really big axes. And of course, let's always sort by price and see what the biggest, baddest piece that they have here. 50 to 250 with poison damage of 26 to 35. Attack speed's a little slow. 81% chance of bleeding, so no matter what, you're going to throw bleeding on somebody if they can bleed. That is near tempting because of that poison damage. But, again, that's going to be a slow attack, so it's not that stacked that much. And of course you have a fiendish gem banger, which we can't quite purchase, but it would be absolutely lovely. 91 to 439. That is what you want in a big hammer. That is absolutely massive. That's what I'd be doing on an average, close to the 300 point range, which is well above what our Sky Slicer would do. Now we lack the strength for the invidious Steel Thunder Strike of Blood. It does have a nice 2% crit chance. Still 6% life damage, which is huge, especially with that massive damage. So when we get a little bit more gold here, we'll certainly come back here and equip our warrior with an outstanding piece of beat 'em sticks. We'll go ahead and just pick these levels up. Oh, looks like our warrior leveled up twice. Do our wizard here. Alright. Now that we have Kratos' hearts, we have the Berzerkers Guild opened up. We're going to rest up here, and then our next portion, we're going to be doing the Samurai Guild quest.